Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
The Nice Guys podcast is sort of social. Demented and sad, but social. Right?
So what I loved about your friends was exactly how welcoming they were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just felt like I stepped into an environment that I was already friends with these people. I just didn't know who they were.
Oh, I don't have anything big planned. Just a giant blow-up party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. And if there's time, we may even listen to those two fuckwads from the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
All right. Now that I'm recording, now we can officially...
We can officially make the donuts?
Yeah, we can officially make the donuts, but what's it? Let's get the train out of the station. There was so many sayings for getting things started.
There are far too many. Let's get this party started. Whoop,
So,
whoop,
oh
whoop.
boy, it's funny you say that.
Whoop,
Let's get this party started. So that brings me back to my bar mitzvah days, which brings me back to my DJ days, which reminds me that I have a gig next month.
Oh, is it next month?
DJ Doug coming out of retirement.
Dude, I love that. And it's a wedding, right?
Well, I'm going to start slow and easy. I'm doing a wedding after party.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense why they're only booking it a month out then. Because I was going to say, for those of you uninitiated who don't know, when you're booking a band or a DJ for a wedding, typically you're booking months ahead of time, sometimes a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
Now, in Doug's specialty, which was bar and bat mitzvahs, 2 to 3 years ahead of time.
Yeah.
This was amazing to me when I first got into the industry, because I'd be like, why are they booking so far ahead? It's like, well, they just gave the dates out. Okay, well, how does that work? Well, the synagogue that you go to, they find all of the kids who are 3 years away, who will be turning 13 in the year. And basically, they have to spread the dates out. So they can't always do it at their birthday. They can do it around their birthday. Because, the kid's got to come in and do his thing at the actual service on Saturday, right? He does a Torah reading, and he's reading like to left with what's the little thing, the counter called?
Hold on a second. A yad.
A yad. Okay.
Yes.
So he's got a little yad, which is actually just like a little metal rod, fancy looking thing.
Like a pointer finger.
Like a pointer. But that's how you follow along with what you're reading, because you're reading to left. Man, this is like, I'm a non-Jew and I know all this shit. I'm fucking proud of myself for knowing all this Jewish shit, right?
You are going so deep into the DJ side of things. You actually got into this.
You're right. So let's get back to the DJ side. So the reason they need to give the dates out is because do they do just one kid per service on a Saturday, or sometimes
two? But keep in mind that in our market, the DC marketplace, which was DC, Maryland, and Virginia, there was probably 50 synagogues. So every synagogue has one or two kids that are getting bar or bat mitzvah that weekend. So you have hundreds of kids that in the course of that weekend are getting bar and bat mitzvah. And game on. It was like we would get, hey, look, I didn't even tell my husband the bar mitzvah date for my son, but I'm calling you first, DJ Doug, because I need to see if you're available. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm already booked that day. All right, I'm going to get back on the phone with the synagogue. I'm going to try my best to change the date of the bar mitzvah, that was like truly the best compliment that somebody could actually deliver.
Right. And that's the thing, is that the reason, so they, when they give the dates out, like, what do they do it once a year, twice a year? They give the dates out.
I don't know. Well, for the upcoming year, they give all of the dates for that seventh grade or that, that I think people are, how are they? Seventh grade when their bar mitzvahs. That means they're getting their bar mitzvah dates in fourth
or fifth grade. That's crazy. So, but what happens is, of course, all of the kids have friends, right? And if it's Jewish friends, then they often go to the same synagogue because they live in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And so they've got to get their dates, and then they've got to find a DJ or find a location, and they got to make sure that it's not on the same date as their friends. And it's just a whole big fucking thing.
The Nice Guys, sponsored by Manischewitz. If you are having a Jewish function, don't do it without matzo balls or gefilte fish or horseradish.
Oh God,
Manischewitz.
So it made me think of, when you said that, it made me think of the Real Housewives. Was there Real Housewives of Potomac?
I don't know that there. Oh, shit, I thought I didn't hit record. That we would have lost all of that gold. I did hit record. I could not remember that I hit record. I just panicked for a second.
Potomac. Because here's the thing. I remember. Oh my God.
Yes. Does that mean yes?
Okay. Sorry.
Do I know any
this
of their
is like
names?
the ADHD brain. Okay.
Yeah.
So, thinking about those days, right? Obviously, Northern Virginia, DC, Baltimore, but we have a very large Jewish contingency and population in Pikesville, Maryland, which is towards Baltimore, but also huge contingency in Potomac, Maryland, which is a suburb of DC. Okay. Yeah. And that is where the fucking money is. Like, if you've got, let's say that you've got a 60 or 70-year-old house in Potomac that you want to sell, right?
Yes.
And maybe it's on half an acre of land. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's going to get $1 million as a tear down. Okay. Right. Because that's Potomac. Anyway, so I remember hearing that these Real Housewives series.
Off and running.
I know, right? And I had nothing to talk about 10 minutes ago. So, there was, I remembered hearing about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Right. And I was like, was that a real thing? And so I type in the Real Housewives of, and I'm thinking, oh, they probably call it Washington, D.C., right? They probably don't really call it Potomac. So I type in the Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. And there was a series, the Real Housewives of Washington, D.C. And I thought, whatever happened to it? Was it renewed? I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. So the Real Housewives of DC was not renewed for a second season. In other words, they made it one season. And a lot of these areas like Utah, they're up to like season 58 or fucking who knows, right? The Real Housewives of DC was not renewed for a second season due to Michael Salai's White House scandal. Ooh. Mary Amons is now a designer and philanthropist. So basically, one of the Real Housewives of DC, I guess, was married to a congressman or something, right? Somebody in the government. And he had a fucking scandal, and they're like, nah, maybe we shouldn't be shooting this.
Isn't that what the show is basically all about? All of the craziness that goes on in whatever community that they are shooting? And wouldn't a scandal be like the highlight of clickbait for them?
Well, I would think the same thing, right? But apparently not. But now here's what's interesting, because then I looked up the Real Housewives of Potomac, and there is actually a series, The Real Housewives of Potomac, and guess what season they are
on? 3.
10.
What the hell?
Fucking season 10. Although, wait a minute, hang on, I gotta make sure this is Potomac, Maryland, because I am looking
Potomac
at.
Would there be?
Well, here I'm going to show you this, and I want to. Let me just share my screen, because I don't want to be insensitive. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to be politically incorrect. Do these look like Potomac wives to you?
No,
they don't look like Potomac, Maryland wives to me either.
No, not at all. That can't be right.
Right. Exactly.
I'll say it in a politically correct way. I don't know that there are that many women of color in
all
Potomac.
Of Potomac. That's exactly what I was going to say.
All of Potomac, and every woman in that photo were all African American. So
exactly what I was going to say. I was trying to be polite, but I agree with you 100% that it's not like, oh, there are no people of color in Potomac at all. No, they're there, but It
They're
is
normally
a hugely Jewish. Yeah, they're often the help, unfortunately.
right, right.
But even if
Hey,
not, I mean, if
Strick,
it was Potomac, Maryland,
you and me were the help also. Just so
right? You and me were
just so you
definitely
know,
the help,
we were actually the court jesters
right?
for those people.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But so it wouldn't surprise me if I saw a group of 10 women and one or two or three of them were African American, but every one of them African American. That is not what I remember of Potomac. So I'm wondering
Anyhow,
if it's a different Potomac. Maybe it's not Potomac.
back to the point at hand. So yeah, so I got a call. Remember, do you remember last year I went to that real high end hoity-toity party in Ojai? That was the BFP Bonnie Foster Productions. They were the band
New
that
Year's
was there.
Eve.
Right, New Year's Eve. Thanks. And so I called them afterwards and said, "Hey, if you ever have another event that's going on in Ojai, let me know. I would love to participate." So it took them forever to get in contact with me. I know they're busy and they don't really have an outside sales team. It's one band represented by this one. The agency is the band.
And do
So,
they do DJs too? The same agency?
well, they do get, because they are such a popular band. They've been around for 40 plus years. Because they've been around for so long, they get, like Washington Talent. You know, Onyx goes out and you do a job, and if Onyx isn't available, instead of just giving away the job, they basically have built all of these other acts. And one of the areas that they really are working on expanding is their DJ work. They are based out of the San Diego area with, I think, one of their offices in Los Angeles. They don't quite always come as high as Ojai, which is another hour and a half north.
If the price tag isn't high enough. Yeah.
Correct. So apparently the price tag was high enough for them to get the band gig, which is in Montecito, by the way, where Oprah Winfrey lives.
Really?
The country club where they're having the event hired the band, or maybe the wedding planner hired the band. I don't know exactly, or the bride and groom hired the band, and they are looking for someone to do the after party. So I quoted them a price, my normal DJ Doug price. I said, but I'm flexible because we haven't worked together. You know, that was my attitude with Washington Talent too in the beginning. It was like, I don't even care about the price. Don't even tell me where it is. Just tell me that you need me and I will be there, and you pay me whatever you want to. And basically I said, they insisted that I quote. So I did quote, and then they came back to me and said, oh, well, we don't have that in our budget.
We don't have that kind of money for an after party.
I knew that, but they didn't want to hear that from me out of the gate. They wanted to get a feel for where I was going to be. So I said, just tell me what you need me to do it for. So they gave me a price. It was acceptable. I said, okay, cool. I said, just give me the bride and groom's name. I'll contact them, and we'll be off to and running. She goes, oh no, we don't work that way. I'm like, okay, well, how do you work? We have a coordinator that handles everything. All we want you to do is show up. You don't even have to bring equipment. Just plug in your laptop and your mixing.
Oh shit!
I'm like, okay, for an hour and 45 minutes now, it's really good money for an hour and 45 minutes. It's plug and play. So
yeah, if we haven't clarified this previously, Doug and I didn't get paid to play music. We got paid to fucking run the party and drive the party and make sure everybody was happy and make sure the kids were happy and run the fucking show. Even when there was a party planner, we had to run the fucking show.
Right.
That's what we got paid the big bucks for. So I agree. The amount that you told me, which is when Doug told me what he was getting paid for it, I said, Doug, you used to pay more than that in a commission to the agency.
I know.
Per gig.
I know, but you know, I really want to be their go-to guy for north of Los Angeles. I don't want them even thinking about, we're going to bring up our San Diego DJ. I mean, a DJ would have to drive 2.5, 3 hours just to get there. And then they don't have enough in the budget to pay them to stay overnight. I'm like, I don't need to stay overnight. Just I'm an hour away. I'm happy to do it. Please.
Getting your foot in the door. I think it's a great plan. I mean, you could become like the king of the Ojai and north of LA DJ and make great money, especially if all you got to do, they've got gear there. All you have to do is walk in and bring in your laptop.
Well, in this particular case, yes, because they have a band that is playing, the BFP Bonnie Foster Productions band is playing that night in that country club. So they said, we don't need you to do anything. We're going to give you a playlist. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow. That makes it super easy then.
Giving me the playlist. All you need to do is make sure you're playing the right song at the right time.
So I guess you know, and you might want to make some notes, right? Like, because I would play like Celebration and Party Rock and I Will Survive, and I'm guessing none of those are probably on the list.
When we went to their New Year's Eve party at the resort at Ojai, they played those songs.
Really?
Yeah,
I
they
love it.
played that funky music, White Boy, Don't Stop Believing. They played Uptown Funk. Yeah, all Celebrate. They played all We Are Family. Geez, they played every single song that you and I played, and we haven't done it for years.
I got to admit, I remember when I Got a Feeling, Black Eyed Peas, when that came out.
Yeah.
So when that first came out, I was like, oh my God, this fucking song. Like, everybody's going to love it. I'm going to have to play it every fucking gig. And it's just so kind of boring. It just kind of goes.
Yeah.
So that was the bad news. But the good news was I realized it was going to replace Celebration, which it did. And so that made me happy. I rarely had to play Celebration about a year after that came out. Although there are other great songs like Uptown Funk.
But that replaced the one you just
I Got a Feeling.
I Got a Feeling. So right.
And Party Rock. I fucking love Party Rock Tonight. That song is the greatest, and I've played it hundreds of times.
So I'm driving down the road in any of my cars or trucks, and in 3 of the 4 vehicles that I own, I don't even have a radio. Like, I'm so done with music. Look, you pay me. Where do I play? And what song do you want? Somebody says, "Oh God, I'm never going to play Celebrate at a wedding or a bar mitzvah anymore." What would you do, Doug? I'm like, what's the first rule of rock and roll?
You're paying, we're playing. No, I'm sorry. That's the second rule of rock and roll.
So
I was jumping ahead. The first rule of rock and roll: don't get dead.
Right. Sorry, I screwed that up.
You've done an excellent job of that so far, as have I.
Yes. So if they are paying, I am playing whatever they want, and I will do it fist pumping in the air if I'm playing Celebrate. Yes. Hey, look, and I don't even hear the music anymore, because if I'm playing to a dance floor filled with people, I'm pulling from their energy. I am not pulling from the music that we are listening to. So
I am very curious. So they sent you a playlist.
Not yet.
Oh, but they're going to.
Yes.
Now, did they say specifically only play what's on the playlist?
No, they didn't. I have a call that I'm going to be organizing with them in the next 2 weeks. After I committed to the gig, they said we'll call you. We'll schedule, like, here is the layout of the evening with the band, and then we're going to go over the schedule, what they want in the hour and 45 minutes that you're playing. They're going to give you a playlist, but they did not say you can diverge from the playlist. So I'm happy if they give me a playlist and I don't have to stray from it. That would be fine. Although I don't necessarily love when they tell me not only here's the playlist, but here's the order in which I need to play.
Oh God, no.
Because that doesn't really help you very much get into the groove.
Yeah, but you've already got like so many ways to talk them out of that. Or are you not going to talk to the client at all? You're just
I'm not allowed to talk to the client.
Because I know what my line was when I would do a wedding and they would be like, okay, here's the song list we want. Now, I don't think anybody ever told me the order they wanted it in, but they did say, don't stray from this list at all. And my normal answer was, hey, I appreciate that you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. But I'm a professional. I don't write a set list up ahead of time. I write it up as I'm going along because I'm feeling the crowd.
Right.
Now, if there are songs from my song list that you absolutely hate, I do not want to play them. I'm happy to cross them off. And if there are a handful that you absolutely love, I will make sure to get to them. But I would really appreciate it if everything in between you would leave up to me.
The line that I used to say, which was even shorter, but basically the same thing, is, do I kill the playlist for the dance floor, or do I kill the dance floor for the playlist?
Oh, that's the quick answer right there. I like that.
It was the easiest way for them to understand. If I'm not playing the right stuff, if I'm playing the right stuff based upon your playlist, but nobody's dancing, do you want me to continue on the playlist? Then everybody kind of points the finger at the DJ and like, because nobody knows that the bride and groom gave you the playlist. It's all like, oh my God, you're playing the wrong shit. Don't play that shit. Please don't play that. I'm like, okay, I'm just following what the bride and groom want.
Doug Sandler, the perfect man of few words.
Sacrifice the playlist for the dance floor. Oh my God. Okay.
So it's a month away.
It is on November, I think 22nd, if that's a Saturday night. So it is about a month and a week away.
So it's after you get back from your cruise.
It is after I get back, and I will need some. I will need some me time. So I guess
Mm,
working that party will allow me to have that.
I love that. I love
So
that plan.
I definitely want to talk about the amazing adventures that we had while celebrating your 60th birthday.
Dude, what an
Oh
amazing
my
fucking time.
God.
I felt so appreciated and taken care of. And okay, so let's start at the beginning. So Vera, not the very beginning, but the beginning of what people don't know if they were listening last week.
Okay.
Vera organized, or Sally organized the whole goddamn thing
Yep.
and did an amazing, amazing job. And it was just like, it was so cool. We had a bunch of people there, and my mom came in from
Yeah.
Maryland. My Riley, one of my kids came in from Maine, and then you were there from California, and friends and family. And in the afternoon, we went to Dig World, and we got to play with construction equipment that was really fucking cool. I'm like
You
digging up
missed
all this dirt
you
and moving it.
you before you get to Dig World, you missed a really important stop to get to when we were
Oh my
on the
gosh!
way to Dig World.
Of course, Bucky's. That's right. We did get to. Oh, Doug's got his water bottle with a big old Bucky sticker on it right now. And Doug, so here's the question: you were very excited about your
Yes.
stop at Bucky's.
Yes.
Did Bucky's disappoint?
No, the Bucky's exceeded my expectations in every way. In addition to the fact that the place was fucking packed, it was just like it was Christmas at Bucky's in November or October. It was crazy how crowded this place was. So you walk in, there's three main entrances into Bucky's. You walk into the cashier area where they have a lot of like the general area, drink, snacks, and stuff like that. Then you could walk in on a side area that has like all of the Bucky's memorabilia, and then there's an area where you can walk in and get like the jerky. And
Mhm.
did they have? I can't even recall. Do they have alcohol at Bucky's?
Well, they have beer. They have like beer and
Oh,
wine. Yeah.
okay, beer and wine there. What there was not an emphasis on like a beer cave or anything like that. It was
Nope.
very family friendly. So one of the things that
Yes.
Strick and I did was we, of course, took a picture because it was the weekend. We took a picture with Bucky.
On the weekends, yes.
Oh.
On the Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes you will have the mascot.
And
Like
one of the things I will note, which I've talked about this before in my experiences with like Home Depot and Walmart, and it's not as big as a Home Depot, but it's kind of close to as big as
I
a.
would call it, it's about the width of a grocery store
Yeah,
and
yeah.
about the depth of half a grocery store.
Yeah, I agree with that. So
Mhm.
I walked in and I was gathering all of my stuff, and I'm like, maybe they had carts. I didn't see a cart. I don't remember if there were carts there. So I
Well,
wanted.
Doug, if you're walking into a convenience store where you're getting gas,
don't
do you
use it.
think you're going to need a cart? No, of course you
No.
don't. But that's
Even-
only because you'd never walked into a Buc-ee's
Right. So they
before.
might have had 100,000 carts for all I know, but I was not expecting to want as many things as I did. So I walked in and I really wanted a Bucky's bag, but
Mhm.
the one that was close to the cash register wasn't like the style. It was more like a burlap bag with a huge Bucky's face on it. And that was cool, but it was not exactly what I wanted. So there was a woman that was doing like stocking like t-shirts and stuff. I said, "Can you just point me to the direction of getting a Bucky's bag?" So she pointed to the other bag, which was in eyesight that I already looked at. And I'm like, "I don't like that one." So she said, "Oh, I got some great ideas for you." And she basically whisked me away and started walking me to the like the clothing area. And we found an area that had a couple of different types of bags, but dissimilar to Walmart and Home Depot. She walked me there. She just said, "I'll do
Mhm.
this stuff later. I'll do this inventory later. I want
Mhm.
to help this customer." And everybody seemed to be like that in Bucky's.
Super friendly. Absolutely. They are very, very big on that. Yeah.
So they have a giant barbecue stand where you could get probably 10 varieties of different types of barbecue if you want it. They had
And they're chopping their brisket there at the
yeah,
station.
making
Mhm.
it right there. They have, of course, the jerky area, which is a refrigerated area, and it really made me upset because when I left the hotel the second night, I forgot I have my jerky in the refrigerator.
Oh no, you left your
So
jerky?
I had half of it, but the other half I
Oh,
left in the refrigerator. So anyway, I hope the housekeeper enjoyed it.
damn.
Let's see. So they had that. They had the world's cleanest bathrooms. I will
Mhm.
attest to that. Very clean bathrooms. Not to mention the fact that they had hundreds and hundreds of gasoline pumps, and they also had how many Tesla charging stations do they have at that one?
I mean, the one that we stopped at was probably 25 or 30, I think. I didn't
So
count them.
no matter what you needed or wanted, chances are good that if you couldn't get it at Bucky's, you don't need it while you're while you're on the road. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to go off track there, but I definitely want to
No,
spend a few
no,
minutes.
that's an important stop that I had forgotten about because whenever I go to Houston, I always stop at Bucky's because it's convenient and I can charge there. And so I didn't even think about it. So I appreciate you not letting me blow by it.
No. Okay. So am I missing anything about the Bucky's experience? Let's see,
I
bathrooms,
don't think so.
jerky,
Well, and then
meats.
you ended up getting me for my birthday a
Oh,
$50
yeah.
Bucky's gift certificate, which was fucking brilliant. You know that'll get used. And of course,
Yeah.
on the way home, we stopped at Bucky's and
Yeah.
I got some stuff. And then I get to the car and I'm like, fuck, Duff gave me the goddamn
Mm.
gift card. I could have used that, but don't
It's
worry,
not
it
like
will
you
get
won't
used.
be back. It's not like you won't be back.
Exactly.
Okay, so we pile back into the cars because we
Hmm.
took two cars because we had more than four of us.
Hmm.
And Strickland, by the way, was I think at some points on his way between Austin and Houston. I believe he might have hit 100. I'm pretty sure.
I don't even pay that much attention because the speed limits are like 75 and 80. So it's like, oh, I might be going 90.
He
I'm just
was.
going the pace of traffic. It is possible that I went 100.
By the way,
You were probably looking closer to the speedometer than I was.
I'll come back. I'll come back to this later, but I don't know if you've seen any of the Instagram reels or the shorts on YouTube of Officer Frank. Have you ever
No,
seen that? Officer
no.
Frank and his traffic stops. He's a traffic enforcement officer in somewhere in Texas, I think, and
Okay.
he shows basically all of the rebellious drivers that like want to record him and don't want to follow the rules and like roll down the window, show me your license and registration. Extremely polite. I don't have to
Hmm.
show that to you. I know my rights. I'm like, no, sir, you need to show me. Driving is a privilege. It's not a
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
So anyhow, just we'll come back to that at a later time. But we piled back into the car. And then we were off to our next adventure, and maybe you could share what then happened from there.
So Dig World, we had our birthday party at Dig World and had an amazing cake that Sally made that was
It
was
was great.
it was like a construction site cake,
Oh my
right?
God.
So it was like it had construction cones like you see on the road, but that was candy corns, right?
And rubble.
And rubble and like really cool, like a dump truck and a loader.
It was
And
a
the
loader
really
that
cool,
was climbing up the side of the
right, that was
cake
so
because
cool.
the
It was
cake
like
was
this
like
ramp up the side
Right.
and the loader was driving up the ramp up the side to get to the top of the cake. It was super cool and very delicious and totally handmade from scratch. And got to
Yeah,
play with
and
construction
we
equipment.
spent a couple hours there, and we got to use all of this construction equipment, and we did some go-karts, which were like little dump trucks or whatever those were that we were racing
Hmm.
around on the cart
Hmm.
on the course. Front end loader, we got to do some and then some fine motor skill tuning on whatever those other there's just big pieces of equipment. It's like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, so much fun.
I really want them to do a better job with promoting it to adults
I
because they
know.
really do emphasize kids there, and I don't know why.
Yeah, you should go to like digworld.com and it's like almost every picture. And it's not just like 6, 8, 10, 12-year-old kids. It's like little 3-year-olds on the laps of parents where it's
Right.
like the parents couldn't possibly enjoy it. And I'm like, I fucking had a great time. I definitely think they got to work
I
on
think
the
the
marketing.
only thing that they could have done a little differently, or maybe this is another type of adventure, or maybe another course, is that if you could actually drive the equipment around in more of like an open area as opposed to, hey, take 20 minutes, drive this around. You're in this specific area, so you can't go outside the red circle or whatever it is, and just have at it. Enjoy yourself.
So I have a thought on that because I think that would absolutely be a great idea. But did you drive the skid loader?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's a short track. The skid loader is like It's the big stumpy fat with a big scoop on the front, right?
It's like a big bobcat.
Right, exactly. And so I went and did that, and they have one of these skid loaders, and on the front, it's got two monstrous tires,
so you can't kill anybody.
Right. So like if you run into something, it'll bounce off, right?
Right.
But it's like a short. I mean, it's sort of an obstacle course, but not really. It's like you go around, and there's like a big speed bump, and then there's like an area that's gravelly, right? So it's like, and so the cool thing is you use two joysticks,
right?
And so it's like if you're doing them both forward, like two wheels can be going forward while the other two are going backward. So like you could spin in place if you wanted to, but it definitely takes some getting used to because it's not like steering wheel. But when I went and did that, first of all, it's very slow, which is understandable. It's construction equipment. It's big fucking construction equipment.
Right.
And the way they have it set up, you can't actually bring the scooper up. So it really is literally you're just driving this.
Yeah, they have a governor on these.
Right.
all the equipment there, they have like stops on them.
So when I did it, the guy who was there working that, the entire time he's walking backwards about 10 feet in front of me. So he's literally watching everything I do.
Right.
And I thought to myself, the same thing that you thought, right? Like, that is really restrictive. I mean, I'm not going to do anything crazy. And then I thought about the power that these things have, right?
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to admit it, they probably do that because they had to. This track had like rails on the side, kind of like you see at go-karts, right?
Yep.
But this thing is monstrous.
Yeah,
if I wanted to drive through that, I could have easily driven through the goddamn rails. And that's probably why, like, as soon as you start moving that direction, the guy's going to be like, you can't fucking do that.
No,
you can't do that. And so as much as it would be really cool to be able to do that, I understand maybe why you can't.
Okay. So that was an amazing adventure. I have never done anything like that before. I always look for new things to explore and just to enjoy. And that absolutely was something that I've never thought about wanting to do it. But now that I've done it, I'm like, that was fucking cool. That was really cool. Yeah.
It was fun. And I've mentioned it before. They have the same thing in Vegas, so it's not actually a Dig World. It was something else that's been there for years, but it's like $200 or $300 for 2 hours. And I had so much fun, but I would have felt disappointed if I'd spent $200 or $300.
Well, if it's the same thing, it could be more of the fucking knock yourself out. You've signed your liability waiver. You're good. You're good to go. Hey, rock'em sock'em robots, motherfucker. Let's see if you knock some.
If they've got like
off.
An actual car that I could like smash the the roof of or something in. Okay, maybe that might be.
What's that called again? Those rooms where you can just kind of
the destruction rooms. Where you can
whatever that is. Yeah, that'd be kind of like fun. You put your mask on, your goggles, and your protective gloves, and you just a smash room.
They have one of those in Vegas. I've never done it. I don't have that much anger.
I really don't. You got to really be a rager in order for that to happen. Oh shit, I forgot. So when I came to Austin, so we spent a little bit of time at your house first. Nice house, by the way. Yeah. And then you took me back to the hotel, and I was so excited because in the backyard of the hotel was a shopping center that had the world's coolest Goodwill store. So I purchased, as you know, 10 t-shirts, and I am enjoying the shirts as I'm putting them on every day now. A new t-shirt from Goodwill.
Is that one of the ones what you're wearing right now? Is that
no? Goodwill? This is my something to whine about t-shirt. It's my podcast with Michael and JJ. So okay. So Dig World was done. Keep rolling because the fun just kept coming. It just kept happened.
Fucking coming. So we get to the hotel, and we had most of the family went back home. So Dig World is like a good 2.5 hours from Austin, but we went to Houston to stay the night, and we went to a hotel with you and me and a couple of other about 6 other friends that were there as well, and so we hung out and we got pizza, and then we went to a club that night.
Dance. I got my dance
Got your
on.
dance on, and it was incredibly fun. And like we dressed up because it was like a goth
I
theme
know.
night.
I felt a little unusual because I didn't have any attire to wear, and then I went shopping in your closet before we went to Houston, and I did find the I don't even know what you call that jacket that I was wearing. What was that jacket?
That's a good question because that was a good jacket because I have a similar one that I wore, but it's like a velvet with a design and tails, like the whole pointy tails thing,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
like very goth vampire esque. I
I
think.
didn't do I didn't do any. You didn't do eyeliner or anything that night, did you?
God, no, no, I
I
didn't.
didn't do any makeup or anything, but everybody was like I don't remember the name of the guy that went with us. He was with he I guess his wife. He wasn't in any kind of attire. Who was that?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was Mandy and Kyle. But
Kyle.
Kyle didn't have anything to wear. He's like, okay, fine. I'm just
Oh
gonna wear
yeah, yeah. I
jeans
mean, he was
and
just
whatever.
wearing a
It's okay.
t-shirt and a flannel over
Yeah,
that, and his jeans and tennis shoes. I'm
that's
like,
okay.
I
You're
kept
allowed.
thinking, are you gonna change? I mean, he was a super nice guy. I kept feeling like I'm waiting for him to change. I'm like, I'm taking my cues from all of your friends because
Hmm.
you guys have all been with each other before, right? Like you guys have hung out before,
Hung
right?
out before and gone to parties like this before.
What
Yeah.
I loved about your group of friends in Houston or Austin, are they Houston friends or Austin friends?
A little. They're a mix of
Okay.
both.
So what I loved about your friends was exactly how welcoming they were. I
Hmm.
mean, it just felt like I stepped into an environment that I was already friends with these people. I just didn't know who they were.
Yeah, no, it's so great. It's so great. That's I definitely have fun with them, and we had a great time that night. It was super fun, dancing away and drinking and just having a ball.
Well, Strickland, you've got a fan in me, and you know that anytime that the thought is that I'm coming to Austin, we are going to repeat that entire experience over
Dude, I
again.
love that plan. We can totally make that happen.
Were you concerned that I was going to feel a little ill-adjusted because it was like all of you guys and then me?
So yes, and I think I hope I conveyed that ahead of time. I'm incredibly glad it didn't happen. But what I kept saying to Doug was, look, we got this group of friends, and it's probably going to be like, eight of us going to this club together, and we've all hung out before, and we've spent
Right.
time together, before, and we've been to parties like this before, and I just want to make sure you're going to be comfortable. And by the way, the club doesn't even open till 9,
I know.
so
It's
I know it's
almost my
past your
bedtime.
bedtime. So I specifically booked a hotel that was 5 minutes from the
Yeah,
club
that's
because
good.
I said, Doug, at any time that
Yeah.
you are tired or just don't feel like you're having fun, you just Uber right back to the hotel, very close, all good. So I was concerned about that because exactly what you said. I'm so comfortable with all these people, and a lot of them know each other already. And I didn't want you to feel like an outcast.
No.
And it was a bunch of couples, right? So it's like
Right,
me and
right.
Sally, and then two other couples, and then another friend of mine. I didn't want you to feel like the fifth wheel or the eighth wheel in this seventh wheel, whatever.
Uh,
And you had a great time and stayed the whole
when
thing.
you said we're leaving, I'm like, we just got here. It was like 1:30 in the morning or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
I wasn't tired. You know what? Because I was active. We were doing
yeah.
stuff and we were having a good time and we were all talking and just we were laughing and we were the club has like this outside area where if you
Hmm.
just need a little break from the noise, from the music and
Some
all of
fresh
that, you can
air.
just go out there. And so we all moved out there for a little while and then we all came back inside and there's a bunch of different rooms in there. So it was just for me a really positive. It was more about the people than the club because your friends just again they just made me feel so ultra welcome and I very much appreciate that. And I haven't had a chance to catch up with anybody since I've been home. I hope they don't feel like I'm ignoring them since I've been here.
I'm quite sure they don't. I know we have decided that you and I need to get together in person at least twice a year for turnkey stuff because we
Right.
just do better. Like if we take a weekend, whether it's a conference or whether it's just you and I, and we block some time to talk turnkey stuff. And I usually come to you because the West Coast is beautiful, or we'll meet in Vegas. Although last time it was Dallas because we had that.
Right.
But
Right.
you can come here and we can do it more often and hang out with the friends more often if we want to do that.
I will be there tomorrow. Coming this weekend, man.
I love it. We had a
It
great
was
time.
fun. It was fun.
It was amazing.
Let's see. So we talked about the club. We talked about Dig World. We talked about Bucky's and the Goodwill store and the hotels. Hotels were actually really comfortable. The first night I stayed at a what the heck was the name?
Residence Inn, I think.
Yeah, brand new. I think it was like I think I was the first person to stay in that room. And then the second night in Houston, that was a nice hotel room too. It was a big room, and there was like a bed in the room, and then it was just like a football field inside.
Oh, really?
My
Well, that's
room was
funny.
bigger than yours, and you
Oh,
had
really?
two. I think you had two beds in yours, and I just had a king bed in mine.
Yeah, because I thought I had two beds in mine, plus like we had a little area with a couch and stuff. And
Yeah, I had
so
a
yours
couch.
was even bigger. I
It
love
was
that.
a bigger room with less furniture, so it made it feel
Interesting.
very cavernous.
Okay.
No flight delays coming to you. Everything ran on time. I love that. God, that is
Love
so
that.
good. And
Mhm.
it's not that bad a flight. It was a little under 3 hours, so it makes it's palatable. It's one movie and a nap. So
It's what I like about being central in Austin is I drive or I have to fly about it's almost 3 hours from here to Vegas and like 2.5 hours back. So yeah, it's a very reasonable flight, better than like 5.5 hours from Baltimore.
yeah, that's the case. I think we might have a couple of voicemails. I'm not
We do have a
100%
couple of
sure. I did
voicemails
not
here. Let's get the right
remind Ashley
screen.
of that, so
Yeah,
let's.
maybe I better check the date. There are
Yeah.
four of them in here, but let's look at the date and make sure before I start playing ones that we have heard before. I can't remember how many we had last week.
Uh, I thought we had two, but then I
I thought
believe
so
that we
too.
had heard one that before, so I can't remember. I
I
don't
don't know
remember.
though. These all say October 3rd. Hang on, now I got to look at the calendar because the third was
Well, that
Friday.
actually would work. The third, because that was Friday, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah, so the third was Friday. So basically, everybody that called in, I guess
Hold on, let me go there.
they called in the day we released the episode.
I will check. Let's just see. Voicemail. Okay, keep an eye on. Oh, I did October 3rd. Okay, so here is a voicemail. Let's look and see how many came in. So, what day was Friday? Friday was the.
The third.
Okay, so one, two, three. We should have four voicemails.
We have four voicemails. That's
Okay,
correct.
we are ready to rock and roll. Let's get to it.
All right, let's. Oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure I get all my settings right. Hold on, I got that one is right. Speakers. Let's put you on headphones like that,
God, so
and carry the three. Okay, there we go. This should do it. Let's see what we got.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
So this week I have spent a good amount of my solo time, my own time, at Mike and the Mechanics at Mike the Mechanic.
Mike the mechanic.
Yep, he has been working on both of my trucks. We're getting very close. The engine is back. It's looking very nice. Transmission is going to be done this week. So I'm hoping that by next week, both the Kermit the Beast and Minty Fresh will be complete. I will be broke after all of that is said and done, and I will be back to having three trucks on my street from between 1967 and 1973. And then I can start to sell off some of my inventory because the only way I can get another truck is by selling one of these.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Anyhow, let's
All
go.
right. We ready? Here we go.
Hey, Doug, it's Jared here. So you guys were talking, and Doug, you mentioned you had an MR2, which stood for minute engine. And I'm curious, what year was your MR2? There's an MR2 sitting in my driveway. It's been there for years. My son absolutely loves the MR2. It had some issues. He's been trying to work on it, and then he kind of fell out of being able to work on it because it's so rusted. He finally figured out he needs to like buy a new body, put it in. But you piqued my interest. What year was your MR2? All right, man. See you guys. Appreciate you and love the show.
That's also a very small car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very small car. It's a two-seater. So it stands. I forget if I remember correctly. The M was for mid-engine. I can't
Mhm.
remember what the R was, but the two
Racing.
maybe it was the two was two-seater.
Mhm.
So here I will. I don't know if I can. I don't have to share my screen. Just look up 1984 Toyota MR2, and that is
Mm.
exactly the one that I had. It was a white one, and it was amazing. It was great for the 9 months that I had it until the day it was stolen. It was the best car I've
Oh
ever.
my God, you had it stolen? Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I was visiting a buddy of mine, Richard, in New York, and there was a whole thing going on with this. So make a very long story short. Here's the lowdown on this. I had the Toyota MR2. I used it to go and visit all of the offices that I was a regional director for. Every week, I would pick up the money from the cash registers on each one of these 12 stores that I would go and visit. And in this particular week, I was visiting my friend Richard, and I parked my car in front of his Midtown Manhattan condo or apartment. And I came out the next day, and the MR2, along with all of the checks and cash from the 12 stores that I went to, were stolen. So
No.
I called my boss and I said the Toyota was stolen, and he didn't believe me. And within a week, I had been fired.
Oh my God.
So I sued him. I took him to small claims court for what I forget why, for some other reason. I forget why. Anyway, I took him to court. Oh, not small claims, whatever it was. I took him to court to get my job back, and I won. And I won some sort of settlement also, but he ended up not showing up for court and never ended up paying me. So still have a judgment against him. I wonder, it's funny. I wonder if he died. His name is Charles Montgomery. So, Mr. Montgomery, by the way, fuck you. So, Charles Montgomery, he can't be living anymore because in 1986, when I had the job, he was like 80 back then.
Oh
So
wow.
this is a few years later than that. So,
Mm.
anyway, 1984 Toyota MR2. Jared, what year is your son's? Was it the new body style, like the 90s, or was it the 80s body style?
You realize you're calling a car that came out of the 90s the new body
Well,
style.
I think they had two body styles for that Toyota MR2. I'm trying to look them up now, but the one that I had was the original. It was really cool. It had a little engine, like a mid engine, like it was slanted. It was not like left to right. It was front to back, or it
Mhm.
wasn't front to back. It was left to right, and it ran the width of the car, and it was very cool. It was just like this little hatch that you opened up, and there was this very cool little tiny engine in there. But that
Where's the
car,
hatch? Is the hatch inside the car?
type up Toyota MR2 1984, and
Okay, I
when you
got it.
do that, look at if there's like an aerial shot or one that's from above, right
Okay.
behind the oh, there you go. So let's see. Okay. So scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we can find an image that's got the hatch, a view of that. Okay, so see that one on the left where it says buying guide that's blue?
Uh,
So way on the left, down one.
buying. Oh, buy. Okay.
There you go. So you see the little slant where the window is in the back?
Here?
Yep. So right
Oh,
at the
there.
base of that is where the engine is, and then right behind that is a little tiny like boot, like a little.
Okay, so it's behind the rear windshield.
Yes, exactly, and it's just got a little thing that kind of lifts up that gives you access to the engine.
That's pretty cool. And but I guess my real question was, you're 6'4".
Yeah.
Like, how did you fit in this little tiny car?
I don't know. It was just, I did. I loved it. My mom so did not want me to get that car. She's like, "What do you need a little sports car? It doesn't even have any kind of see how the engine is like sideways?"
Yeah, I think they call that a slant, although it is only a 4-cylinder. I was going to say a slant 6, but it looks like it's only a 4-cylinder.
Yeah, little 16 valve, 4-cylinder engine, and it was very fun, very peppy.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Good engine, good car.
Okay, enough of
Very,
that. Let's get
very
on to the
short
next
period of time. Jared, what year is your son's, and what are you going to do with it? That would be my question.
Yeah, here we go.
Hello, Doug and Strickland. This past one.
Oh shit! Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Sorry,
Hello,
Emily. Didn't mean
Doug and Strickland. This is Emily Aborn. I realized in listening to your past message or past episode that I should have called on my way to Maine when I was meeting Strickland and Sally because that could have been fun. And I also would have been able to say that I also loved the episode with Erica and Doug. It was super well done. I forget what I was doing that day, but I was too busy to call. So, loved it and loved this past one. I hope you had an amazing birthday weekend. Can't wait to hear all the stories. I'm sure you're going to have tons. And then I just wanted to say, lastly, I had such a great time meeting Sally and Strickland in person. Kennebunkport, which is where we met, was the wrong spot for me to choose for us to meet. It was like the tourist center of Maine, and it was awful. Just like people everywhere. So I have to say what my favorite part was of the whole meetup, which was when we found this one little random secluded, like alley, I'd say, between a couple stores, and had like a nice concentrated conversation there. That was like my favorite. I mean, I loved perusing everything and watching all the people and walking and talking and all that, but that was a moment that I will always remember. So anyway, that's all I had to call to say. I made a little list. I've hit all my bullet points, and I think I've hit them, and now I've got to get back to cleaning my home because it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Thanks, Emily. That was a highlight of the trip for me as well. It was so nice to have a little one-on-one time, just talking like in a little quiet alley away from all the people, because Kennebunkport was definitely quite touristy.
There was no emphasis during our conversation about Emily and you meeting her of the water bottles that she might be carrying now, but you don't even remember if she had water with her.
You know what's really funny? I don't think she actually had a water bottle with her, at least in hand. She probably had one in the car,
Emily?
But I don't believe she had one with her, which I should have called her out on.
Emily, I'd like you to chime in on that. I'm very curious because of all of this banter back and forth about water bottles and your prolific nature with them. I would like to know, did you have water bottles there? Are water bottles more for the car than on your person? Is it feel safer to you to have them only in the car and not take them out for fear you might lose some of the water? Or so a whole bunch of water questions. So if you could just talk about water in your next message, that would be appreciated. And could you remind me that I asked you about water because I won't remember.
We won't remember. No.
Okay.
Okay. Next voicemail.
Okay, it's Emily again. I had one more thing I forgot on my list. I hope I also said an effusive happy birthday to Strickland. I can't remember if I said that.
Effusive.
I can't remember when I said 5 minutes ago. I'm
SAT
turning
word.
to you guys. Okay, so you asked in your episode if we've ever hit anyone, and like probably nobody would expect that I would be the person that would hit somebody.
No,
never.
But here's the story. I used to be pretty OCD. I'm just going to call a spade in college. And it was pretty bad. And I was arranging these cookies. We were like having like a house. We lived in an off-campus house and we were having a party. And I was arranging these cookies on a platter. And my friend reached her little grubby hand in because she wanted to snack early, which I think it triggered me because that used to be something like, well, it doesn't matter, but it definitely triggered me.
Got a wound going on there.
I didn't hit her, but I definitely swatted at her hand, like kind of like a smack, like a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch that cookie. I'm arranging them. And she was so pissed off at me. She like stormed up the stairs like a 5-year-old, slammed her door, wouldn't talk to me all day. There's this awkward tension the whole entire party. So I learned my lesson. And I think that I also learned that girls living together in college, that was my first experience with like drama. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say that. Okay. That's all. This was fun. I hope, or maybe not. Bye.
I would definitely not call that hitting someone because I think I probably have smacked someone's hand in the same situation, like kind of playfully where, okay, maybe there was a little force, but it really was like, what are you fucking doing? Don't do that.
Yeah, I would be guilty of probably slapping somebody too, not like bitch slap somebody, but or not like slap in major anger, but maybe out of just like, don't touch that and just kind of push somebody away. I think, I'm sure.
I think
I'm sure
I've
I've
done
done
that.
that. I'm sure.
I probably have done that. Okay, let's get to the last voicemail.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. Voicemail number 2.
You get Jared sandwich.
Welcome back. Into the microphone is Mr. Doug Sandler. And on the far, far left of the microphone, Mr. Strickland Bonner.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna pause this voicemail.
Yes.
Because Jared just reminded me.
Yes.
We've been talking for 53
oh my
minutes.
God.
And I never said, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
I would have let that one go completely. I was so off my radar screen. I was thinking it earlier on, but we got right into the banter way too quick.
Mm-hmm. We did. Anyway, now thanks for the reminder, Jared. We may continue.
So I just figured I'd throw that out there so that this way, unlike the last episode, it's mentioned in this episode, in which you're listening to my voicemail. Gotcha, fuckers. Hey guys, great episode, and I was shocked that I actually got you on one. Appreciate you guys, and can't wait to hear next week already. Damn, there's just not enough for you guys to go around. Just saying. See you, fellas. Strick, I think it's this weekend's your birthday, so happy belated birthday. I hope you had a great one. All right, buddy. Doug, hope you had a good trip. See you guys.
Well, apparently I missed it last week too, so it almost could
have
in a row. Wow, I'm slipping.
Are you sure you missed it last week?
No, I trust Jared, but I'm not sure that I missed it, but it's possible.
I mean, 1,600 plus episodes, Strickland. You've said, when did we start? When did you start saying that?
I don't even remember. I mean, I think it was relatively early on because we always wanted to follow that rule that we heard that you should always introduce yourself because you never know when it's going to be somebody's first time listening.
When I do my interview episodes, I don't believe that I ever introduce myself. I usually start with, "Hey, nice guy community. Just wanted to give you a little, heads up of what's happening today," and then I go on to my play on words for the guest that's sitting in the guest seat. Oh, I was listening to one of our clients, and I love all of our clients, but in this particular case, we tell them do not read a bio.
No.
And this one client in particular was reading the bio, and I've got to go remind that client that I was not I really wanted to stop listening. I wanted to stop. I'm like, you can't just read the bio that the guest gave you. Two reasons why. One, it's boring and nobody wants to hear all of those accolades. And two, the guest has heard it a million times and you're not ingratiating yourself to the guest. And as important as it is to get great content out there to the world, it's more important, in my opinion, to build a solid relationship with that guest that will last you beyond the episode. And you cannot read a guest given bio and get that same vibe from the guest. Anyway,
I agree 100%. But we can lead a horse to water, but we cannot make them drink.
That is. Did you just make that up? That's a really good. That's good. What else do we have to talk about, Strickland? Did you have anything on your agenda, or were we getting to today? And I was basically pulling up to the microphone about 30 seconds, not even, I think 20 seconds before we went live.
No, I'm Sally's making dinner, and I think it's just about ready, and it smells delicious. And
I can attest to the fact that I know how close your office is to where the kitchen is in your house. Now that I got the visual on that, and I also know how frustrating you can be when you keep tripping the circuits from your
fucking smoker. Annoying. But hey, it's worth it for the smoker,
All right, let's head out of here. Just under an hour. We did it. We made it. Nice guy community. Thanks for checking us out. Yet another week. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Thanks for listening. Bartender, Doug here's going to have a Cosmo, and Strickland is going to have a Fireball on the rocks. Not the little glass. Yeah, the big one, the 24-ouncer. Oh, and they'd both like a little umbrella. Just give me the bottle and charge them as much as you can.